Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lottie and today it is round 2 of the TBR Scrolls. So it is that time of the month again. I cannot believe we are a month into 2022 already. Yeah, to prepare for February, I'm going to be doing my February TBR using my February TBR game, the TBR Scrolls, which is based off of the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, where we run around a map completing prompts as we go based on a series of cards that have prompts on them. So to review what we did in January, I had 4 books on my TBR. One of them was digital, so it's not here, but we pulled the Thieves Guild, which was to read a book with an anti-hero main character. So for that I chose Knife Edge by Mallory Blackman, and I did read this one. We pulled the Greybeards, which is to read an audiobook, and for that I read Lore, which yeah, I read. We pulled Jiggalag, which was to read a mysterious book, and for that I chose House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J Maas, which I have read. And the last prompt card we pulled was Her Scene, which is to read a book or a monstrous book, no, a book with a monstrous character, a monstrous book, and for that I chose Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice, which I did read. So I completed my January TBR, which means we will not be doing any punishments. And also in January I did pull a guard card, which is my get out of jail free card for punishments or blue spaces. We will not be using this, I will still be holding on to it for the future. If you are new here and you have not seen TBR Scrolls before, I will leave a link in the cards up here or here, I can never remember which way around it is, to the playlist, which in the first video I explain all of the rules. I'm still working things out myself, but I haven't changed anything this time round. We're still doing 5 rolls plus roll again spaces, and I have shuffled all of the cards prior to doing the rolls and integrated the prompts that I pulled from last time into the decks again. So I think that's it for an intro, so let's just get on with roll number 1. Okay, so last time we were on a blue enemies and monster space just before Fulcreath, so that's where we're starting again. So we'll just go ahead and get started with roll number 1. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is a yellow Aedra and Daedra. And so we've got Zenithar, who is the god of wealth and commerce. Read the highest rated book on Goodreads. So for our first roll we got Zenithar, who is the god of wealth and commerce, and the prompt on this is to read the highest rated book on Goodreads. So what this prompt means is I will navigate to my Goodreads owned TBR shelf, which should have all of the books that I own on it. I did go through and make sure I had added all of them at present, so that should be the complete list, and I will rank them from highest to lowest rated, and the first book on there will be the book that I choose for this prompt. I'm not going to take into account number of ratings or reviews, I'm just going to go for the highest rated one on there to get down my own TBR, because that is what that shelf is for. So I'm going to try and do this on my Kindle. So I will try and put up on the screen here what I'm doing on my Kindle. Hopefully it works. So I'm on my own TBR shelf, and I'm just going to sort it by highest rated, number of rating, average rating, that's what we want. Okay, so yeah, that should be from the highest, right? So it's Dogged by Emma Pursehouse. Cool, so yeah, so the highest rated on here is Dogged by Emma Pursehouse, so I will just go and grab that. Okay, finally got that. So this is Dogged by Emma Pursehouse. Emma Pursehouse is a local author to me. She is currently the Poet Laureate for Wolverhampton, but as of next week, I think at the Wolverhampton Literature Festival, she is handing over her Poet Laureate-ness to somebody else. So I bought this last year when I first heard of her, because I wanted to support a local indie author. So this is a like literary fiction contemporary story set in Wolverhampton about an old lady and a shopping trolley. I don't really know what it's about beyond that, but yeah, it's not normally something I would choose to pick up, but I am really interested to see what it is all about and if I like it. There's not really much else to say about this yeah, Emma Pursehouse, that's her on the back, local author, so I'm excited to support her. Roll number 2. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is a white roll again. So roll number 3 of 6. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is another yellow Aedra and Daedra. And we've got Malakath, the Prince of the Ostracized. Read a book with a non-human main character. So after having to roll again, we finally got to our second prompt, which was Malakath, who is the Prince of the Ostracized, and his prompt is to read a book with a non-human main character. In February, I just really wanted to read a lot of romance, so I'm so glad I managed to get this on my TBR. And I'm going to be reading Fortuna Sworn by KJ Sutton. This is an adult fantasy romance about Fortuna, who is a living nightmare. I know that Becca from Becca and the Books has raved about this series a lot. It is like one of her favourite series. The 4th book, Beautiful Nightmares, came out in January, so I'm really excited to see what this is all about. Yeah, I really want to read this. So this follows Fortuna, who is the last of her kind. Her brother disappeared 2 years ago, leaving her with no family or species to speak of. She hides among humans, spending her days working at a bar and her nights searching for him. The bleak pattern goes on and on until she catches the eye of a powerful fairy. So this is another fairy romance. I'm loving my high fantasy romances at the moment, especially after reading Crescent City, so I'm excited to explore more of the genre. This is another indie published book, so I'm also glad to be supporting some indie authors as well in February. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this. Roll number 4 of 6. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll again. Roll 5 of 7. 6. And we've got people and places. Oh, we've got the Greybeards again. Read an audiobook. So after yet another roll again, we finally got another prompt, and that was the Greybeards, which is to read an audiobook. And I know that I had this prompt last month. I swear I did shuffle the cards. I clearly just didn't do it very well. I wasn't expecting to get this second prompt to come up 2 months in a row. So yeah, for this prompt I am going to be reading City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. I am taking part in the By the Angel Along, hosted by Becca Fowle, and the first book I both read physically and listened to alternately, so I think it would be a good idea for me to continue on doing that. I've already reserved the audiobook from the library, so I'll be reading the second book in the Mortal Instrument series for that. The first book, City of Bones, follows Clary Frey, who finds herself in the world of the Shadowhunters, who are demon slayers. New York is actually inhabited by loads of different species. You've got vampires, you've got werewolves, and they all sort of just live in harmony-ish with each other. There's a lot of drama that goes on. Something happens to Clary's mother and then she's looking for her, and it kind of just kicks off a spiral of events that just keeps getting crazier and crazier. So yeah, I will be reading the second book, City of Ashes, in February. Roll 6 of 7. 6 again, my god. People and places. We've got the Thieves Guild again. Read a book with an anti-hero main character. I promise I shuffled these cards. And so coincidentally we got another People and Places card, and it happened to be the same one as last month. If this happens again in March, I will consider taking out prompts I've already had from the deck until we get through a few more different prompts, because this is weird that it's happened twice. But anyway, yes, so we got Thieves Guild, which was to read a book with an anti-hero main character, and this has stumped me yet again another month in a row. I think when I came up with this prompt, I had an idea of the kind of characters I meant, but they were from books that I've already read. So I really struggled with this one. So I'm kind of stretching it a little bit, and for this prompt I'm going to read Moxie by Jennifer Matthew. This is a young adult contemporary about a girl who creates this secret zine to empower other girls in her school to fight back against the patriarchy, and so I'm interpreting her fighting against authority as being a bit of an anti-hero, because she's going against what the rules are, but for a good purpose. This is a book that was on my These Books for Self-Destruct in 12 Months list, I think, so I definitely need to get a wriggle on with that list and try and read some of the books. So for that prompt, I'm going to read this book. Yeah. And hopefully our last roll number 7, 1, and it's another People and Places. Oops. And we've got Riften, read a book with an urban setting. I didn't realise at the time that I actually pulled the card that was underneath the one on top. So, because this is twice in the rolls, I have made a mistake. I will do a punishment next month, so in March, to make up for it, because I accidentally moved one space extra, which I don't know how I did because I counted them, and I managed to pull the card that was underneath the actual one. What I should have pulled was the Bard card, which is to read a book related to music or poetry. Oh well. My bad. So yeah, next month I will do a punishment to make up for that. Sorry. And so for our final roll of February, we actually managed to get 5 books on the TBR this month. I got the prompt Riften, which is to read a book with an urban setting. And so for this prompt, I'm going to be reading House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J Maas, which is the long-awaited follow-up to House of Earth and Blood, the second book in the Crescent City series. So this book comes out on the 15th of February. I'm very, very excited for it, and I will definitely be reading it as soon as it comes out, no matter what I'm currently in the middle of. I loved the first book. You will hear more about my thoughts on that in my January wrap-up, which will be out next week, I think. Yeah, I loved it so much. I loved it so much. I think I might vlog, like I do a spoilery vlog for this book while I'm reading it, because I kind of wish I'd done that for the first one, because I've been doing it with the Throne of Glass series, so I kind of wish I'd done that for the first one, but whatever. I think I'll do it for the second one because I just loved it so much. So yeah, I'm really, really excited for this, so I'm so glad I managed to squeeze it onto my official TBR because I was going to read it regardless. So this is my very small, very pink stack for February, obviously minus House of Sky and Breath. I feel like this is really appropriate because it's, you know, it's Valentine's month. I had hoped to squeeze a few more romances on here, but you know, it's just what the cards had in store for me. So I think this is going to be a very manageable compulsory TBR, obviously minus the behemoth that House of Sky and Breath will be. In fact, we'll just chuck that in there to be a placeholder. It's so aesthetically pleasing that they're all the same colour, but the next one is obviously blue and not red. Anyway, yes, so that is my TBR for February. I must read... Wait, no, I forgot. There's going to be another one. Completely forgot about City of Ashes. Oh my god. Yeah. Where's the book? There we go, yeah, another placeholder. So obviously pretend that that says City of Ashes and that says House of Sky and Breath. But yeah, that is my TBR for February. I do think it is pretty manageable. These are some fairly short books, and then we've got 2 slightly longer ones, so I think I will be fine. In February, I also have one arc that I would like to get through, and that is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie O. This is a East Asian like lore retelling about a village where there's like storms, and to appease the god, to stop these storms, they sacrifice a maiden every so often to be his bride. And then this girl, her brother's wife, I think, is the next one to be chosen, and instead she like goes beneath the sea to meet this god or something. This comes out, oh, I don't remember the date, but it is early February, I believe. And I'm really excited to read it, so I hope to be able to get to it in February, because obviously that's the month it's coming out. So yeah, I would like to complete that arc in February. Because February is the month of romance, I would also like to read some romances. I'm really feeling contemporary at the moment, so I would like to maybe read a couple of Adiba Jaigirdar books, maybe also All the Feels by Olivia Dade as well. So those are some other books that I would like to get to in February, but obviously I have to prioritise my TBR Scrolls TBR. So we got really lucky this month as well, because we didn't land on any blue spaces, which was nice, and I hope that we can keep that up. yeah, that is it from me today. I don't think there's anything else that I need to add. I have hair in my mouth. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below what you'll be reading in February. And if you would like to leave a comment but you don't know what to say, leave the love heart emoji. Leave me a love heart. So that's it from me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon with a new video. Bye! I can never remember if I've forgotten to say something.